All right, guys, welcome.
Welcome back to Views from the Culture.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the alley oop right there.
All right, so what's up? What are we getting into today? First of all, how are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to live a positive life these days.
Okay.
So
Trying to live a positive life. All right,
yeah,
look at
man,
you.
you gotta block the haters.
Block the
They
haters.
out there, and I'm not even talking about like I'm on some like flashy big boss shit, but
Mm-hmm.
people hate on the smallest things. Even if like you got some clean sneakers on,
Mm-hmm.
like you could get yourself a hater. So be wary and be careful out there.
All right, all right. You do that. Be wary of the haters.
Facts.
Cool, cool. Well, listen, I'm doing okay. Um, they lately there's been just factors, just dealing with stuff in life in general, and it just just going through the motions for me. But I'm grateful. I'm happy to be here. So
You
you know
sound like the that was so political.
what? Oh gosh.
She's HR guys. It's not the first and last time you're gonna hear this.
I mean, I'm just saying I mean, it's the truth. Like life happens to all of us.
Facts.
So, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? But okay, so to not sound like HR, to be if I want to be human for a moment,
Yeah, please.
if I want to
AI.
be
AI she.
so I am dealing with death in my family, and it's been really hard. My aunt passed away this week, and it's been really really hard for my family. She left behind six beautiful children.
Wow.
Yeah, she was the mother of six. She was an amazing soul,
And she
and
still look young to me.
mm, she had a lot of life left, or so we thought. But it was her time. We don't get to decide when it's someone's time.
Hmm.
That's not our decisions to make. And so rest in peace to my aunt. Rest
Rest
in
in
peace to
peace.
Auntie Ali. She was a beautiful person,
Auntie
and
Ali, wow.
mm-hmm.
That got a little swing to it. I like that.
Yeah, she was swaggy too.
Hmm.
She was swaggy. So rest in peace to her. And I just have a lot of love in my heart. I've always had a lot of love in my heart for my cousins, but especially now, I'm just I'm doing the best that I can to keep a good face for them, to keep to send positive vibes and all love and warmth to them, so that they can find peace and comfort during this time. So,
R.I.P. Auntie Ali.
rest
For
in peace,
real.
Auntie Ali, for sure. Yeah. So we're gonna get into it a little bit. Um,
Don't we always?
yeah, we're
But just a
yeah.
little bit though.
Just a little bit, a little bit, a
A
little
little
taste, little
bit.
taste, little taste.
Oh man.
What irritated you this week? What you want to get off your chest? Cause see, you thought that I sounded corporate, but see, you talking about haters and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
So that tells me something or somebody is irritating you. Who's messing with Claude? What's up?
Good guy,
We
Claude.
we we got a good guy, Claude. Who we got to pull up on
Oh
somebody? Like,
man.
what's up?
Nah, nobody. You don't gotta pull up on nobody. I'm not about that life.
Okay.
But the thing that irritated me this week, I
Hmm.
feel like in certain places, people are like put in positions professionally
Hmm.
where they have to choose between being professional and being personal.
Okay.
Let me rewind. Let me rewind.
All right. Let's rephrase that.
Yeah.
What do we really want to say? What are we really talking about here?
Okay.
Hmm.
When it comes to business and personal, a lot of people mix the two together, and I don't think people do it on purpose, but I don't think they realize how blatant it is when they do it.
When they mix the business and personal.
Yeah,
Hmm. That's a really good one.
and that's irritating.
You're making me think about some things.
Yo,
Go ahead.
man, that's the irritating part, that people don't realize that they're mixing the business aspect with the personal. And I just feel like when it comes to those two things, you have to separate them.
Okay, true, 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 true. And so, what you think? Sometimes people just by accident don't do a good job at
No, because
separating
all
the
right, so
business and
all
the
right,
personal,
let
or
me
do you
break it
think
down
that
because I think
sometimes?
I don't want to confuse people.
Okay.
Okay, so say you have a boss, right?
Mhm.
Business, right? Business.
Mhm.
But the boss is talking to you or explaining shit to you in personal ways. I know people like
Oh
their
yeah.
boss to be relatable and all that stuff, but there's a certain stature that I want my boss to have.
Okay, so that you don't cross the line.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if you cross the line, it'll be different
Exactly.
versus if
I'm
they cross the line.
exactly.
Mhm.
So I mean, even with the personal stuff, you have people that you deal with personally
Mhm.
that want to do business with you, and like, bro, like we're good friends.
Mhm.
I don't want to mix the business and but they want to, and it's irritating because it makes you look like the bad guy
Mm.
when you
Do you care
put.
about looking like the bad guy?
Nah, but my friends, when you set boundaries for them, sometimes they
Mhm.
take it the wrong way,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
or
truth.
even like even your managers or your bosses. Like you see how many females on a day-to-day experience stuff at work that they can't really.
Whoo! Talk about it.
Okay,
Talk about it. You know what?
so that's what I'm saying. The business and the personal, it shouldn't mix, and a lot of people mix it, and that shit is irritating.
It is. It is. Man, listen.
I had to bring it home. You see, how I bring it home though.
Yup.
Yeah,
Yup.
all right,
Yup.
all right, all
So
right.
now you pass the baton because now I got some stuff to
Oh
say.
shit, fellas. Well, not the type of fellas she's talking about, but just the average fellas. Cover your ears. She's not talking about you. All right, go ahead, Shishi. Get him.
So
Get him, Shishi.
I'm not
Hold on.
that bad.
Yo, Shishi
I'm-
be in the dog fight when it comes to women, man. Listen, y'all heard it from me.
Oh my God. Listen. No, really, but you know what though? You're right about mixing that business and personal. Cause I got somebody that I could think of right now. Like like, so I'm working with somebody, right? And it really sucks when you're working with someone, and especially like I don't mind having male supervisors and
Oh
stuff like
shit.
that, but it gets tricky because it's interesting. Having male supervisors gets tricky because sometimes like it's like when you're at work, or even especially when you in the workplace, when you find people who have a similar background to you. We're all from the Caribbean, and
Hey.
we might have been somewhere, you stupid.
Mhm.
We might have been in New
We
York.
all bogling.
Yo.
As soon as that reggae track come
Yo.
on, bogle.
We might have so a lot of us have lived in New York before we moved to CT, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So we might have a lot in common. And then, it just gets real personal, like, oh hey, so one minute you want to know personal stuff like that have nothing to do with the job. Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have a boyfriend? Do you cook for yourself? Who cooks for you? Then the next minute you trying to give me feedback on performance. It's like, hold up now. Hold up. Hold up.
Hold on.
You just asked me to meet you for dinner after work, but you also want to slip in a little feedback. Nah.
Wait, feedback pertain to what?
Feedback pertaining to the job. I don't want to hear your feedback, sir.
Hold on.
I don't want to. You see what I'm saying? You see, this is the people that irritate me.
It's confusing you at the same time.
I'm not confused.
Well,
it's confused. I'm not confused. You're not going to confuse me because I'm very clear on where I stand.
Okay.
I'm very, very clear on where I stand.
All right. So when he asks you those questions, do you shut him down or do you answer those questions?
It depends on how I feel.
That's what I'm saying. So the
so
moment
at the
you
end
answer
of the day,
question, let me tell you, the moment you answer the question in the guy
Mhm.
perspective,
Mhm.
he's asking you those personal questions. The moment you start answering them, especially if it's like back-to-back joints, he's gonna be like, "All right, that's a boundary that you opened up."
See, but that's the thing, though. I did not, and I'll tell you why.
No, from a male perspective, I know you didn't mean to.
Oh, okay.
But that's what happens in a male perspective. Once you answer a couple of, I'm not gonna say like, it don't gotta be nothing crazy. It just gotta be something personal, has nothing to do with work. Once you answer like one or two of those questions back to back, the fact that someone's even asking you that, why do they care?
Right. But see, not necessarily because.
Let me find out you naive. You a blonde inside.
Oh my God.
Oh man, go ahead.
Shut up.
Talk
No,
to me.
I mean,
Talk to me.
but everybody. So see, the thing about it is that I don't have a problem like like making light conversation at work, because
Mhm.
those are general things like that everybody wants to know, because most people within our age range have something going on.
Right.
You might have been divorced, or you might be on your way to getting married, or you might have children, or whatever the case is. And I have a what's it called, a baby seat in my back seat. So of course people are always
That's me.
curious
That's me.
about my
Always running around my car seat.
yeah, like I have a car seat in
I
my
go to the
car.
club. My car seat's still in the back. I don't
You're
care.
funny.
No shame in my, and it's pink.
Right. I have, you
Because
know
I
what
got
I'm
a
saying?
daughter.
So in my case, people are always curious because they assume that I have a child. And it's like, no, I don't have a child. This is for my niece. I'm with her very often.
Mhm.
So I have a car seat. I have a car seat for her. I don't mind answering those questions, but at the end of the day, though, don't take advantage of the fact that you're getting to know certain things about me, and so you're trying to like slide in there. Oh, do like you're trying to like slide in? And it's like, no, sir, I'm not inviting you for dinner. No, I'm not meeting you for dinner. Are we talking about work right now? Are we talking about this feedback? Then let's talk about that.
All right. So let me say this.
So to answer your earlier question, yes, I did shut it down because after a while,
That's all I want to know.
yeah. So I shut it down. Like I was just like, all right. Like I think basically the conversation was going towards like, oh, so what are you gonna have for dinner tonight? Oh, so does your man cook for you? That guy that you're dating, does he cook?
I could cook. I cook like 5 meals a week. Like,
so, let me find out. Are you Mr. Mom?
No, not me. I'm just talking about what the dude is saying to you because he trying bad, clearly.
Right. And I'm like, but I'll tell you what, maybe I am a little bit naive because I don't assume that every single man is trying to like holla at me just because we're having a general conversation or because they want to know some
Men
things
lonely,
about
yo.
me.
Nah, that's
what?
real. That's a
it's
real
the way
thing.
you said it. Men are lonely, yo.
Yo, they for real. They lonely, man.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Because, like, especially because Shisha, you're a good person. Let me just say that. And when a man sees someone that's a good person, good spirit, they not like. Basically, they're type. Let me say that. They're basically their type. They're gonna try to get it, man. And unfortunately, some men do it while they're engaged or whatever, doing some crazy shit with another person.
Exactly.
But most of the time, when a guy sees a woman, when you just like, wow, like she's amazing, oh, he's diving head first.
Well, I tell you what, it's the wrong circumstance for me. Because listen, when I like to keep it professional. Like I have no problem, I chit chat and stuff like that with people, and I at work, and I don't have an issue doing that. But it does irritate me, when you're like purposely crossing the line, like just out of nowhere. It's like, oh, how old are you?
You gotta put your toe in the water. That's what he's doing.
You gotta put your toe in the water.
The big toe.
You silly hell.
You gotta put it in the water. You gotta feel that shit. Like you gotta feel it. If that shit too hot, you gotta get out. If it's cold, can't go in. Gotta wait till it's just right. And you know how it's just right? He's gonna keep on asking you those questions. He's gonna wait till it's just right. Hey, let's go out to dinner. That's what's going to happen.
I
tell you straight up.
But he already asked me to go out to dinner, and then I was like, "Oh, hold on a second, I'm getting another call." And then I came back, and I was like, "Oh, well, listen, it was so good speaking to you. So, are you done with that feedback? Okay, wonderful. You know what? I'll talk to you a little bit later. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Get home safely.
She should be playing hard to get.
We'll talk tomorrow." Hey, I'm not playing hard to get.
She's playing hard to get.
See, like why is that considered playing hard to get?
Because you got.
That's not considered playing hard to get.
I would say in that case,
shutting it down.
Case,
like
with
I was
the professional stuff. If you want to separate it, I respect that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to do it because it gets
treat every
messy.
guy that try to holler at you, though.
Who, me? I mean, maybe.
I feel like that's the way you be going. Like
maybe not. I don't know.
It was just a sense. I
really don't though. I think that if it's the right circumstance, if I also like the guy, then I'm gonna let him. Because obviously, like I've been in relationships before, so I don't shut down everybody. But the point is that if it's the right circumstance, and I also, if we vibe it and I like that person too, then I'm gonna allow him to pursue me. But if I know that we're in a business setting, I know that you're not Like, that's not happening for me. For me, I'm
Yo,
not.
you know what? You know what's
I'm not that
crazy?
girl.
The fact that, all right, in my personal perspective, I don't deal with multiple women because I feel like women are very complex.
Mm.
So I only could deal with one at a time, and it just
That's what they all say,
no,
child.
yo, I'm telling you.
Mm.
But it's crazy how there's men out there that could deal with 3, 4, 5 women at the same. I mean,
What
maybe,
you said before we started recording City Boys Up?
yeah, I could say City Boys Up, but that's just. It's not that I'm a player.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's a religion that I could say I agree with some of these points.
Not religion.
So City Boys Up.
All right. Well.
I cheer for them like I cheer for the New York Knicks.
Okay.
That's all. I'm not a member.
Okay. Good for you. Good for you. So that means that yeah, that means that there's still some good men out here, faithful men out here. That's good. That's always good to know. All right, so that's what irritated us this week. Okay.
It is irritating.
It is irritating.
I know for women it's especially irritating because
which
men,
part?
I be peeping it when I be at work. And you know you get the little ha 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 from a girl. Or you see the dude get the little ha 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 from a girl. And he be like, all right, time to go in for the kill. And then he try to go in for the kill and then she just curb him on some crazy shit. Oh man. That man is gonna be thinking about that shit. He gonna be thinking about that in the shower that night. Like he's gonna be dead washing his arms. Like fuck, how am yo? That's how men think, yo.
Really? You know what? I would love to be a fly like in a man's brain for like a day just to see like their like.
Well, that's just if he's really into you.
Right.
You know, he's gonna be thinking
of
about
course,
that,
because it's only more interesting if he's into you.
Yeah.
If he's not really into you and he's just trying to like score like game points and stuff like that, it's not that interesting.
I don't think he's gonna think about you in the shower.
No,
but that dude that's really trying to get with you, he's definitely gonna be thinking about that shit in the shower. Like, fuck, I got rebound off of this. Like,
this is a mess.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World. Is it forever like that?
Nah, not even.
Okay.
I think it's a level of maturity, but I think the right guy's gonna know how to approach the right woman. It's not gonna be something that he's gonna fumble on.
Okay.
That's it.
I agree. All right. I like that. Okay. All right. So we're moving on.
Ooh.